Say You Will, I kind of laughed.
Yeah.
Because I was like, is some woman jerking his chain? What in the world's going on with this one? Now, before we get into inspiration, I want to talk about it musically. Who played guitar?
Greg, that was another Tom and Greg duo studio duet thing. He played the electric rhythm and he played the electric lead, and he
turned and burned,
incredible.
Buddy. Turned and burned. Man. I was like, I thought it might have been Greg because you got to get used to his excellence, and I feel like the relationship y'all have, you probably called him, but I wasn't sure and I didn't want to presume. But so I wanted to ask.
No, he did a great job. He brought his guitar. And it was really neat about that particular session was that his soon-to-be wife, Maggie, was in the room with us. So was Tanya. And so, he played 3 different tracks. He did one with distortion on it through my Rat. He did one that was clean. And he did one through a phase shifter, which I really didn't use all that much. I used the distortion one a lot. And I also used the clean one. I added a flange to it. On the first lead that he does before the second verse comes in, the very last part is the clean guitar, which I added a flange to, and it came out sounding absolutely awesome. But Greg just hit that one out of the park. I mean, I knew what he would be able to do. It was just a matter of getting him in there and doing it. It took us forever. COVID just really screwed around with this. That's why it took so long to get this one out. But Greg, his rhythm part. It's just sexy. It's got balls. He picks up on the exact right tempo and licks and stuff like that for the rhythm. And his lead it's incredible. It really is. He does such good work on that. The vocal part was developed in a really, really weird way. When I did the song and I wanted to put a scratch vocal on it, I only had one verse written, and that's the first verse. So what I did was, in order to be able to give the song its composition, I sang the same verse, the first verse, and where the second verse is, just so I could give it to people and give it to Greg, and he'd have something to go by. But what happened was, the first one says, it talks about I can hear that you're teasing me. Well, the second verse says, I can hear that you're cheating me. And the first verse is that you want me, and the second verse is that you love me. Well, what I did was when I put the second verse on, I took the first verse and I completely, muted it. And then I added the second verse to it, just on a separate track. What I didn't know, which ended up being so cool, what I didn't know was that I had practiced singing that so much that the actual syllabic rhythm of it of the second verse was exactly the same as the first. So I didn't hear myself singing that first verse. I didn't sing along to that. I just sang the second verse. But then when I went back to mix it, I brought that first verse up, and it's almost like I put some kind of vocal effect on there, which I didn't. It's just me singing those two parts that are so close, as far as the way that they're sung, except one says, you say that you love me, but then you walk away. And it says, I feel like you're cheating. Could it be that you're cheating, like other people say? Well, the cheating went along with the teasing. And I always thought that this was kind of, because it created a new word. The new word is cheesing, because I put the second verse up a little bit more, so it got the teasing in there, but it got the from the cheating, and it's cheesing. So if you're cheating and teasing and cheating somebody, you're cheesing them. So I created a new word. I every time I listen to it, I get a big kick out of that. I know it's just me and I'm a geek, but the bottom line is that was a little thing that I thought was really pretty cool, because both of the vocals being actually sung, they're so close, but they're different enough to where it gives like a really different vocal effect. Plus, I was able to engineer them a little bit differently because there was 2 tracks to work with. So, I really enjoyed doing the vocal engineering on that. And the performance of the vocals on that, because that was just a little fun moment that I just discovered just kind of happened, out of the blue. So that's weird.
Nice.
I've been trying to remember a moment when you didn't lie.
It doesn't seem to matter much even when I try and try. You could say that you want me, but then you walk away. Can it be that you're teasing like all the other people say? Take a look around, do you see somebody else? I'm starting my life over, do something for yourself. Say you will, say you won't. I've never heard you say that you don't. Say you will, say you won't. I've never heard you say that you don't. Say you will, say you won't. I've never heard you say that you don't. Say you will, say you won't. Yeah. Remember a moment when you didn't lie. It doesn't seem to matter much even when I try and try. You can say that you love me, but then you walk away. Can it be that you're teasing like all the other people say? Take a look around, do you see somebody else? I'm starting my life over, do something for yourself. Say you will, say you won't. I never heard you say that you don't. Say you will, say you won't. I never heard you say that you don't. Say you will, say you won't. I never heard you say that you don't. Say you will, say you won't. Yeah.